Hi, this is Kim, or Adverse Camber 42, continuing my playthrough of Disco Elysium on PlayStation 5. And we made some pretty good headway on Disco last time. We investigated around the fishing village, we found a corpse on the end of a pier, we came back and finally sang the karaoke and passed, so yeah, that was pretty good. Oh, hello Info, how are you? I will just feed the treats for you now with the kitties, just because I know last time we did a stream, I couldn't do it for you because Shro was on my arm. And at the moment she isn't. She's about to be a dick, though, because she's going to try and climb over my laptop to get to me. Shro's just being a dick all day. She smashed one of my favourite bowls earlier, because cats are jerks. There we are. She's completely messing up my chat. I'll shoo her off the laptop in a minute. Oh, all three of them have come, Info. Oh, good work. So there's some for Share Bear. We'll save Tia for last because she's a jerk and she'll bully the other cats off theirs if she eats hers too quick. Oh, there you go, T. Right, all the cats have been fed. Good start. And I'm very well, thank you, Info. I'm glad you are too. So, let's try and remember what we were doing. It's not that late now. The other thing I wanted to try out last time that I'm going to do while I've got in my head is now that we've got Harry's badge, I want to go and try and get into the apartment building again. Because, you know, if this doesn't work, I'm out of fucking ideas. And then I think we also need to speak with Klaasje again and maybe the Hardy Boys. Because one of them's lying and we've got to try and figure out which it is. Am I saying her name right? It's something like Klaasje. Apologies if I haven't quite got that right.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
This is the police. Open up.
The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
But I'm not joking.
No. Go check the backyard door.
The door rattled.
Stop banging on the door. Doesn't matter.
From
Let's
within
try some of the
comes
options.
the faint sound of a broom sweeping across the concrete floor.
The police? No. Go check the backyard door.
Madame,
There is no reply.
No, still no change. Can I speak to her up there again?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
She's got nothing new to say. I wondered if she was the one who had my gun, but there doesn't seem to be anything new to add. Let's try the back door then.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Oh, this is something we haven't done before. Okay.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice, despite the cold. His shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. Why are you whispering? It sounds like you're already in trouble.
There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice.
He says in a sotto voice.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare.
Hold on, can I at least have a cigarette?
Apologies, but this is my last one.
He takes another drag and shivers.
The god himself has denied you absolution.
Can't you just, toss that one down?
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Shut up and throw, kid.
I'm not throwing anything.
There's no way you'd catch that cigarette anyway.
What, really?
Yes, really. Don't even try.
You're
just
right.
Embarrass yourself.
You're right, that was obviously a bad idea. Forget I said anything.
As you wish.
Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
He asks you, adjusting his shirt.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Can you tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Yeah, it's a fake name.
Martin Martinez? Good local name. Let's go with that.
Looks like you got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinez standards.
what were you doing last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Did I?
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down.
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He looks around the courtyard again. Old patio chairs and dead houseplants litter the scene.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend. How intriguing. Makes sense. Friends are nice on Sunday. You don't have to work. You can just spend time with pals, watching rugby and drinking beer.
What's your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the dull and darkening sky, the neighboring windows stand silent. Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching, spying on you three.
I can tell.
What were you...
To see if there was anything else we could say.
You already asked me that, No, not you.
And when...
Last
Yeah, he's
You
just going to
did
say the same things
It was my
over.
son.
A makes he, someone,
My name?
Martin
Yeah, he
Martinez.
says that.
No. We won't.
He takes one last drag out of his cigarette before stubbing it out on the
Now,
balcony.
if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Okay, we can convince him to stay. Yeah, got a high chance. Let's try.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains?
Hey, listen. I'm just trying to make things okay again. Can we meet again somewhere else?
For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes, compassion, and a hint of understanding.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
His voice is soft and deliberate. With a flick of his wrist, he sends the cigarette butt sailing over the rail.
But, hold on, what's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
He walks away. And he's off. Farewell, little guy. Oh, please give me the key. It's got to be that stone right there.
He's gone.
The lieutenant puts away his notebook and turns to you. We should run after him and see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we just give up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there.
The lieutenant nods towards a small rock on a soggy patch of grass.
If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
Great, let's do it.
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it.
I turn it over.
There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity he doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments, and the man can be in any of them.
How are we going to find the right one?
We'll just have to go in and see.
I put the stone back. We're in, boys, at last. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. Flip up glasses, the auditor. This box is filled with cleaning chemicals, smells of laundry detergent. I'm having Silent Hill 2 flashbacks. Let's see what else we got. An old shoe rack, boots, sneakers, and old slippers. Guess we should look around the room first, get the lay of the land. Maybe find that elderly cleaning lady and give her a small trip. Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall. What's that thing and why is he looking at it? It's money. There she is. Foreclosed by Martini Realty Associates. Oh, this is a room too. Okay.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor.
I rub my sides for warmth.
A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to minus 20 degrees Celsius.
Her face
Is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression.
The plan.
Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down.
I look around myself.
It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room.
I shiver.
Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center. You're at home, stupid cop. Not with the art crowd. You hate them. Everyone hates them. Even they hate themselves. It's nauseating. An industry built on sprezzatura and sparkling wine. And, let's be honest, tax evasion schemes. The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center is the heart of this unholy symbiosis of aesthetics and tax optimization. And now that you've internalized it, you can have a piece too.
Okay. I get money and XP for using an encyclopedia. But I become a pretentious wanker. Well, that's not far wrong. Okay, waves crashing in the darkness. Let's see what this yellow thing is we've been trying to look at. Someone has torn down the wall. It's very Silent Hill. An old grocery list on the table and checks. Look in the fridge. Always look in the fridge. Oh, I think it was some Nosafed or something. Yeah, it was Nosafed. Cool. Anyway, back round. Why, hello, elderly lady. Yeah, we can't do anything with that door. It's chained shut, Silent Hill style. The graffitio says, a firing squad for the rich.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief. Are you alright? Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
She starts coughing, red spots appearing on her cheeks.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways. If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room.
Sorry, I asked her if she lived here there. I thought I just clicked continue.
It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery.
I'm looking for Martin Martinez.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry.
She smiles a gap-toothed smile when she hears you mention the name. No, you don't understand. I'm looking for a real person named Martin Martinez. He told me he's Martin Martinez.
Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Tim Jamrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Oops, you really didn't get the joke there.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
How about a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony? Do you know where he lives?
Yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
She looks to the other end of the hallway.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble, I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives?
Talk?
The cleaning lady starts laughing, but it turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath.
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
I have a few questions about these apartments.
Ask away, policeman.
Do you know who lives in the foreclosed apartment?
The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job, I assume.
She really doesn't like those nut jobs. Bad blood there.
Why is there a hole in the wall in the abandoned apartment?
Some lunatic lost his mind. All kinds of morons pass through these halls.
With how small these rooms are, wouldn't you want to break the wall down?
What can you tell me about Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still,
She leans on her broom.
she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
That's all, thanks.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Thanks, I'm off. Right, let's rattle some doors. Apartment 8, their mailbox is overflowing. The door, number 9, is locked.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side. Sounded like a woman. A woman's shoes.
I knock again.
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Who is this? Demands a female voice, wary and tense. It's the police, open up.
Do I have to open the door?
You hear the clacking of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. Her phone is getting a defensive edge.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
For now, Kim, for now.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11.
I examine the padlock.
It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it.
Interesting.
Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. No reply.
Okay, let's get out my chain cutters. Haven't had to use those for a while. I don't think they've actually been useful much yet in the game either. But anyway, the chain cutters.
This door has been closed with a padlock.
Yeah,
The chalk-drawn
give it a
number
go.
on the board says, "What are you doing? You're trying to cut the body of the lock with the chain cutters, and it's really not working."
I believe it's the shackle you mean to cut, Detective.
The lieutenant points to the corroded loot with a gloved finger.
He's just trying to help. Don't take it bad. Relax.
These chain cutters are broken, Kim.
Perhaps you should give it another go.
Okay. Kim has taught me how to do it. We've got a better chance. Oh, for
What
fuck's
are you
sake.
doing? You're trying to cut the body of the lock.
I believe it's the shackle you mean to cut.
He's just trying to help. Don't take it bad.
Perhaps you should give it another go.
No, we can't now. We've failed twice. God damn it, Kim. Referring to both myself and Kazuragi. Okay, let's see what we got over here. Apartment 12, a large rumbling snore comes from within. The snoring is scary somehow. You should leave. think I'll just put my flashlight back on, just because it's a little dark. There we go. An alcohol, Commodore Red, and magnesium. Which is good, because I had to use a lot then. Moss crawls on those bathroom tiles. Natural moss. Shower curtains are covered in some kind of slime. Why did Kim wind up on the other side of that wall? Did he just clip? I think he just clipped through, unfortunately. Not sure how Kim got over there then. Okay, so we have to head up. By which we have to figure out how we go up another floor, I think. So there's got to be a staircase around, yeah? Oh, maybe it's this thing? Or is that the way out? Because that's got to be the front door. She wouldn't let me through previous, yeah. So it's got to be the staircase next. Let's try it out. Nope. Nope. I am mistaken. Okay. So what the hell was that door over there for? Oh, we are on the other upper level here. Ah, I see. So we finally got up to where Cindy is. See anything different if I'm here?
The piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are.
That's right, we've evolved.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
She crosses her arms.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Is that heavy fuel oil?
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
He says, studying the contents of Cindy's bucket.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
That's some clever cultural commentary.
You ain't seen nothing yet, piggy boo.
I got a trophy called Il Copo del Art for saying that. I do understand arts. What we got up here? The door is locked and you can't get in. Oh, what you got to say? Come on, mine cabinet. Above tarps flap in the wind, forgotten hammers and nails rust. Okay, so it's this door to the next floor, I guess. Okay, where are we now? Someone's been sleeping here recently. 100 tiny feet scurrying beneath the grate, the rats of the city. Enough coal to last for several winters, smells of chemical. There's more things I can't mess with. I don't think there's much else in here. Okay, that wasn't where I wanted to go. I need to figure out how to get round onto the balcony. I'm still not sure how I do it. But I've been trying so hard. Curtain shift just a little. Someone is watching from within. Okay, it's got to be through there, right? But the door's locked. Unless I missed something on the inside of the building. Which I guess is possible. Okay, let's go back in and try. See if I missed another, like, internal staircase. See, I thought this corner kind of looked staircasey, but apparently not. Oh, there is another staircase over there. Right. Nope, not what I wanted. Let's try the door on the other side then. That one. Oh, it does say balcony. There we go. Aha! A maroon glow of light pollution rises from the east. You hear distant traffic. Night is falling on the city. The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. Cigarette butts. Oddly strange word to say. Okay, struggling to lock onto that, whatever it is. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. Did I just get another thing for the mine cabinet, or was I not paying attention? No, I must have been imagining it. Oh well, I've opened up a new slot for when we next get one. Just a door, nothing for you right now. No, you won't do anything with that. You can't get over onto that rooftop. I guess it's just up here and banging on doors.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
I knock.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening.
He looks around, taking in the cold spring air.
We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
What do you mean?
The smoker on the balcony. This is why we're here, right? He might know something about the murder. So tomorrow 9 p.m.?
Suddenly, he's a little worried about your memory.
Sounds good. Tomorrow, 9 p.m.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him. Remember, tomorrow. He's probably gone for today.
Well, it's really emphasized tomorrow. We gotta remember that then. This is the door to apartment 29. Complete silence. Whoever lives here isn't home. This is the door to apartment 30. Voices within, singing along to some buoyant dance track. Okay. So it was worth coming into this apartment building, but we haven't really gained a lot from it right now. Anyway, let's head outside. I'm trying to remember if there was anything else we're meant to be doing before bed. What we got? Find the murder weapon. The jam mystery. Oh yeah, the lady driver. We might be able to see that. Oh, and we've got to go and speak to Klaasje as well. I entirely forgot about the lady driver. That was trying to figure out if there's a drug runner. And the last guy I spoke told me that the female lorry driver was it, which I'm assuming is that... to describe her, the elderly woman who seemed to be rapidly sundowning. Let's go see if she's still there on the way past. She was kind of at the back, I think, past the statue.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the...
I forgot you could look at the statue. Where is she? That's the woman, I think.
The woman is still hunched over the railing, her head swaying to the music, her eyes looking at nothing in particular.
I snapped my fingers in front of her face.
Huh? What is it? What do you want?
Alright, are you the lady driver?
Did you just call me a lady, Sheriff?
She clearly doesn't think she's a lady. Don't repeat it.
I was told of a woman driver. You're the only woman here.
I'm not that either, Sheriff. I've gone too far from it all to remember what was between my legs. It doesn't work like that on the long haul.
So you're not the driver that everyone is terrified of?
I'm only terrifying to small children, and to those who used to know me.
Why are you scary to people who used to know you?
Because they can no longer recognize the person I once was.
You said long haul, that's...
The big ones, the trucks. There's no women and men there, it's all just...
She hums along as if to a track on repeat.
In the middle of this town, there's a ghostly motorway. It takes all the people where they want to stay.
You feel very cold suddenly, as if standing face to face with a terrifying adversary. Then the feeling dissipates, and all you see is an aging woman.
Then who was the female driver I was told of?
How should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with the other communers sniffing around when I have my movies to go to?
That's all I needed to know, thanks.
Oh, Sim.
Well, that didn't help. So I'm none the wiser. Okay, are you the muscular guy?
Right to work!
So the muscular guy who was talking about has to be him or Measurehead. Let's see if Measurehead fancies a surrealist, racist rant again.
Your race descent has temporarily halted, but you will fall.
No. Nothing new to say to Measurehead either. Okay. Then Klaasje it is. Because the only other thing is to go and explore the church, and I think we'll save that for the next in-game day. Oh. Possibly go and trade in all the plastic bottles I've been collecting.
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the machine. Do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo? You should buy more alcohol. Enter the endless cycle of consumption.
Thank you for that electrochemistry.
Is this about...
No, nothing new from her. Right, Klaasje. I'll stop getting distracted. I think she said she'd be here till 11 o'clock at night. So let's try Klaasje before the Hardy Boys. I see who's standing at the back there, but I can't. Anyway, Klaasje's upstairs. Where is she? Come on, get out of the way, Kim. There we are.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation.
Titus Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit rape.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring. As the porcelain meets the metal table, this does not surprise her.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
On the tape, he specifically identifies you as the target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Those are the exact words he used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
She picks the cup back up.
A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Kohoi was mentioned.
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Why say things like that, Machismo?
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
Coping mechanism?
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Khohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezud all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
Weren't you afraid?
Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil. Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in Khohoi. I would be tearing it up Soldier of the Apocalypse style.
She wouldn't. She doesn't have the full Hoi in her.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
There is a small measure of pride in her, that she could quell the rage in such a being.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Now that you've had some more time, can you tell us about the victim?
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start.
The lieutenant writes it down in his notebook.
We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations, recorded neatly in blue ink. The last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
Where is Lelystad? The place, I mean.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was Occidental, not Mondial. I'll update the form.
I look at Klaasje. You were both from Oranje?
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Whirling-In-Rags. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
Sex, alcohol, speed, probably also sildenafil, and violence.
How old was he, miss?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no.
The memory makes her smile.
We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
We were slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up.
The lieutenant makes a correction in his notes.
The adversary one.
His eye color?
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
It's clear she was very much attracted to him, and still is.
You found him attractive?
Of course. He was the most strangely beautiful man I've ever been with. And I mean that.
She shivers slightly.
And now, he's dead. A pity.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
Interesting. I too have stroked his hair.
Oily, isn't it? We have that in common now.
He had a tattoo. What did it mean?
Oh, that.
It's clear she liked it.
You liked it?
Quite a lot, yes.
Was it a map of his service history?
Sure, service history. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
For showing off to chicks? How so?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
You were the woman in this?
Oh, yeah.
Can you precisely tell us what these mean? I hand her the photo.
No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
She pours herself some more coffee.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Not a very fun story.
It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. A change of topic?
Tell me something odd. Did he enjoy his death?
Why do you ask?
She seems unsurprised. It's just a feeling I have. Can you indulge me?
Well, it's wrong. He had too many drinks to down and too many bad things to do. Couldn't tap out just yet.
Everything checks out here. It's all A-OK. Good answer.
Could it be love that did him in?
It very well could be, yes.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean?
He told me. Love did him in.
That's not funny, officer.
Something miraculous is coming. He told me.
The lieutenant blinks. His expression does not change. All right, let's see where this is going.
From way out in the northwest, he told me.
Cool.
The woman nods.
There is a sound. Something in the reeds. When the wind comes through them. On the inlet. On the little islands there between castaway tires.
There is something we have all forgotten.
Her light brown eyes fix on yours, then disappear behind her bangs as she drops her chin. She agrees.
We requested semen screening from processing.
Good for you.
What do you think it will tell us?
I don't know how a semen sample works, officers. How many days after intercourse does it have to be? I don't even know if he had sex with someone else. We didn't go steady.
Is she avoiding anything? Technically not.
I think we're finished with this line of questioning.
All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Okay, let's see if she says
Not my
anything
favorite
different in
topic.
these.
But okay.
Okay, nothing
How
more to
about
say about
we,
the assault.
Yeah?
Nothing about the room.
All
so we're
right.
done with Klaasje for now.
Bringing of the law jaw. Okay, so we now know why you have law jaw, why you say the law in a weird manner, and why your jaw does that thing. You had polio as a child. You hadn't gotten vaccinated. It must have been right after the revolution. Not a lot of vaccine going around then. So you got infantile paralysis due to polio. and this jaw thing is a complication from that. Admittedly, it's not very funny, but you overcame it. This little infant survived and became a sharp-shooting super cop. So, fuck you, polio.
Wait, is that why I have the expression? Okay, learning cap for hand-eye coordination. Succeed in all hand-eye coordination passives, that's pretty good. But I lose a rhetoric because my jaw's still weird. Fair enough so. Oh, don't look at the window, go down the stairs. So, Hardy Boys next, I guess. And then it might be time to depart for the evening. Or at least speed the passage of time. I want to see if I can get Kim to leave me alone so I can give the speed to Kuno as well.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
I talked to Klaasje about the tape.
And
nothing. She stands by what she said.
that fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
Cold? It's just locker room talk. It's not evidence.
Locker room talk. What are you, fucking brain dead? I've been to plenty of locker rooms. They don't plan rapes there.
Sounds like he wanted it to change her mind about the hanged man. This is definitely personal.
What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
Well, it didn't come as a surprise to her, and she definitely wasn't scared.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn psycho whore. Alright. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
Her voice is a bit softer than earlier.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawmen?
I think this is personal for you. I think you have feelings for her.
Yeah, they're all queers. Can't bump, hard fist, or anything.
It's alright, Glenn. I just thought I thought anyone would come around if they heard that shit. Apparently I was wrong.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
He smiles sympathetically.
You wanted her to see the man for what he was. Now that you know, you might want to lay off this topic, or else you might antagonize him.
I just got too worked up. Big man lost his shit. It's cool now.
Maybe she isn't who you thought she was.
Nah, I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head.
Titus, she has my whole skill set compromised. She's some kind of pro.
What kind of pro? Y'all saying she's a hooker?
He forces himself to pick up the beer and take a gulp.
No, he's not saying that. Forget about it.
Maybe she's still in denial, you know, like a defense mechanism.
Yeah, maybe. That is a possibility.
He does not sound very convinced anymore.
Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened?
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men, too, are growing increasingly silent.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck on!"
He throws his beer can down.
This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits.
That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah.
There is a silence in the room. Alan starts saying something, then he thinks it best not to.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be.
There's no way we're going to pass that check. It's rhetoric. We're not very good at rhetoric. I'm going to back out and just see if there's anything we can do to up our rhetoric a bit. And I didn't mean to press that button. Damn it. Every goddamn time. Okay, I want my clothes. We want anything that has any rhetoric on it. Oh, I'm not doing good for rhetoric, am I? That's -1 to rhetoric. Okay. Something back there with rhetoric on it. I'm sure I just saw something with rhetoric. There it is. It's that white polo shirt. Well, that's literally it. But doesn't a puff from cigarette has helped me as well? Can't remember how we take a drag of the cigarettes now. There's a way to do it. Doesn't actually say on it. It's not that button. No idea. Let's see again.
It's you again. What is it?
Okay, this is the best we can do on this roll. Oh, Kim, why? Okay, still a low chance, but we'll give it a go.
Klaasje is playing them like a fiddle. Tell them how bad they got played, and they'll tell you the truth. There are many ways to go about it. All of them really good.
I'm going to tell you a story about Kim here.
What fucking story?
A story that fits the occasion, of course. I invented a wonderful allegory for all this.
No, there is no story.
You see, Timothy here once got himself into a jam.
I didn't. Let's not do stories. Let's do questions.
No. Don't listen to him. This is gold stuff. Now let's get didactic.
You see, Kimmo got himself to thinking he could trust this bad chick because she was hot, so he asked her to lie for him. She promised she would, and then she ratted him out, almost cost him his job.
So you got played, huh?
Titus glances at the lieutenant.
Good. You got his attention. Now reward it with a metaphor.
Titus, she played Kim like a miniature train set.
Yes, a miniature train set. The point is, this allegorical Kim should have just told the truth.
You need to man up and take charge, little guy. Shit's gotta be equal in a couple. Listen to your buddy Titus here. Nothing like this would ever happen to a hardy boy.
Thank you. I'll try. Please understand that Kim in this story was an allegory for you. You shouldn't try to hide the truth.
Sure, Benaclard. Allegory. You didn't get played. Titus did. I'm gonna do you a solid and change the subject, okay?
A man like Titus is way too confident to get that analogy. This man would rather live in a fantasy world where he isn't a complete loser.
Okay, I did kind of enjoy that, but we did badly. Out we go. Let's change back into my ceramic armor. I feel safer wearing it. Ting! Okay, maybe it's time to put Kim to bed and see if we can do things that Kim wouldn't like without him. Can I just tell Kim to go to bed?
Yes. Excuse me? You have I hope you don't take... They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants. I don't know.
Passing along frivolous interdepartmental...
Just remember there's that thing in the docks that we haven't managed to open yet. Maybe I've got to go back to my other base to get Kim to leave me. Give it a go, but first, I want to go and try that container in the dock again. I can't remember what kind of roll we failed that meant we couldn't get into it. It just popped into my head there when I was skimming through the options. Come on, Kim, it's important. Okay, we lowered a cargo container and I couldn't open it. How do I get out of here?
The file cabinet stands steady at the drawer. Slide.
I already looked in that. Okay, it was kind of over here. I don't think it was far in either. I feel it's on like the other side of this kind of dock thing. Has it got... Oh no, there it is.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
No, looks like we can't do it yet. God damn. I wanna know what's in there. Anyway, let's go back. We try and fast travel to the fishing village when we're in the right spot. And then I'll go into my house and see if I can convince Kim he wants to leave. We just need him to go to bed, I think, and then maybe we can do some wandering by ourselves. Do things like give drugs to minors. Maybe ask that woman out on a date when we haven't got Kim cramping our style. I wondered who that was then. It's Call Me Manana on the stairs. Come on, go down. Oh, I should have fast travelled, but I didn't think of it. Off we go then. We're nearly there now anyway. Cross the little bridge. And into the fishing village, which is over here somewhere. In my case, get horribly lost. The woman saw it on the dock.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast.
Yeah, Kim makes it awkward. Let's see if we can get rid of him. And then go and have our minimal chance of asking her on a date. Okay, so it was down here, our little house, I think.
A drop in temperature, an easy flow there. An empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps. Just silence.
What did the smoke smell like?
Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the building. Its branches are dripping with rain and snow. The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A row of tenements are under construction in the distance.
Who are the people who live across the road?
A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4, 18, 21, 4, 1. A modern washing machine rattles a drawer full of silverware. His boyfriend is on his way home. He brings tins of meat and vegetables with him. Their pockets are heavier with money, but only slightly.
What about the bus stop?
Number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. It has not run for 8 years. There were not enough girls to sustain its cost.
What about the road?
Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of the flow of trade. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away, right at the turn.
A dead dog?
Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle, hurrying to work. The cold washes over you. The sound of the sea has grown distant.
That's enough.
The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier. A breeze moves a curl of his hair.
Okay, so it's not there. Where the hell's my house? It's not that one, it's the one above it, I think, where the washerwoman is.
It's getting late, and it's raining. Time to call it a day.
Good night, Kim.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
I enter the shack. And hopefully now I've outsmarted Kim. Let's go see what we can do without him. Nyah! Time for debauchery. Okay, first we'll try and ask that woman, Lillian, I think her name is, out on a date. And then we're going to go and give drugs to Kuno. Because of course I'm going to give drugs to Kuno.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast.
Still not a good chance. Let's back up and see what I can do to increase suggestion. Okay, well we got a spirited corpse. Negative suggestion, so we don't want that. Physical interfacing. +1 to suggestion. Okay, not that one, not that one, not that one. Not that one. Whoops, gone too far. So, not that one. Not that one, not that one, not that one. Nope. Nope. Check. I don't have many suggestion ones, unfortunately, so that's about the best we can do.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can
28.
feel it. The wind is turning.
You think she realized more of that after a man died at sea?
But what do I do then?
What if I told you it is actually possible to go on a date sober?
I'm listening.
Before recorded history, men and women were able to do simple, very primitive things together sober. Acknowledge the situation and keep it basic.
I'm a drunk. Don't know if you've noticed, so I usually ask people to drink with me.
I have, and I don't really.
This time, though, I imitated a drum roll. I thought I'd ask you for a walk.
Just a walk? I don't know, officer. I would not have taken you for an innocent perambulator.
I am, and that's why you should definitely agree.
Where would this walk take us, officer?
There's a really nice view on the beach I found. I point northwest to Land's End.
All right. I will walk with you. But you need to understand that nothing is going to happen. We're just walking.
A good old-fashioned walk. I like it.
Me too. It's been ages since I just had a normal conversation with one of you guys. All right, I'll go put the kids to bed and we'll meet at Land's End in 15 minutes.
She doesn't wait for an answer. You better get ready.
Meet Lillian at Land's
What's
End.
that? Acceptance? It feels so normal. Nourishing even.
I don't remember where land is. Help me, bratan. Okay, where's my map? I wouldn't be on the bloody map, would it? Nothing? Don't want to give me a hint at where Land's End is? God damn it, map, what good are you? Okay, it said he pointed north what? Northwest? Northeast? There's definitely a north in there. Bollocks. Let's assume it's up the map. If anyone can remember where Land's End is, now's the time. Like, I was thinking here on the pier. Can't remember how to get to it. We did kind of leave a dead body over here, so it's maybe not that romantic. Okay, it's not this place.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
I examine the tear.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
I examine the cigarette package.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. Now, this makes partying look bad. Still, don't let it sway you. You're responsible.
I examine the kebab wrapper.
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief.
Okay. Hope I haven't fucked up by going to the wrong place. Okay, let's try over close to the church, I guess. Which I think is kind of in this direction. I mean, this could be Land's End. It did take me up to the top of the map. is she? This is the right place. Ah!
The woman gazes steadily at the waves. A sudden gust picks up her dark hair and lets it fall again, tousled, wild. She brushes a few stray locks from her eyes, and only then spots you approaching.
Aye, so here you are. It's late and it's raining. Water is cold. Ice cold. Know that you're not the first guy to bring a girl to Land's End. This is what the locals call a make-out spot. That is not going to happen here today. I just want to make that clear, Dimples.
She turns to face the sea once more. I look at her. You seem surprised I made it.
Drinking men aren't known for keeping their appointments.
Let's have a look. I'm just trying to be a responsible grown-up.
So this is what this is? Responsible? Well, maybe it is. Maybe you'll have a revelation and crack whatever you're on.
Yeah, this is a good influence on me.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
Her laughter is throaty and warm. It rhymes with the sunlit waves and the cries of the gulls. She nods to you, a playful glint in her eyes.
Here it comes.
As she turns back to the sea, the weather begins to clear under her steady gaze.
So fast as to make it seem like the weather turns at her command.
Wait, did you just do that?
Me? No. Just grew up on the sea. Know which way the wind's blowing and all. Knew the weather'd clear up once we got here. Otherwise, it would have been a less pleasant stroll, nay?
You know, a past incarnation of myself called himself Tequila Sunset. I wonder why that is.
It's a common Revacholian expression. Means drinking yourself to death.
Ah.
Oh, indeed.
I found a corpse recently. He'd had a Tequila Sunset moment.
And what about you? Keeping the name?
There's no Raphael option. This is a new model of me. It'll need a new name.
Can't wait to hear it.
She smirks and turns towards the sunlit sea.
The remains of the dying sun are reflected in the waves and the skyscrapers rising across the bay. Your mind clears for a moment as your senses take it all in. Not just the glass skyscrapers, fragile looking in the shimmering air. River Esperance flowing into the bay.
Isn't it strange for this all-powerful thing, the sun, to be so generous towards us? You know, the best time to go out fishing is usually towards sunset, when the water is warmer.
The sun also falls on the Capeside tenements and war-torn ruins. An old sea fortress juts out, seemingly impervious to the sheen cast over everything else, shaking you out of your reverie. The sun does little for the dead, and those hopelessly lost in their own minds, or people living in desert climates with sparse vegetation and little drinking water.
Is that why you named your boat the Sun?
Oh, that was a bit of pride and a bit of superstition.
I'm not sure desert people are happy with too much sunlight.
Now you're just nitpicking. But I concede. Maybe desert people sometimes disagree.
I just enjoy the view.
There's salt in the air, and the cries of the gulls and the skuas. Grit of the sand and the green glint of broken bottles. But still your gaze always returns to the dazzling streaks of light, wherever they may be reflected, their fading opulence.
It's bringing us spring, summer. It's entirely on our side, no matter what we do or who we are, for absolutely no reason. It's unlike no other powerful being, certainly no powerful organisation or government. How can that be?
Well, something's got to be on our side.
I guess we wouldn't really be here if that thing wasn't on our team.
You have fishhooks in your ears.
These? These aren't real fishhooks, silly. They're earrings shaped to look like fishhooks. A drunk called Rosemary brought them to me. I kept them.
She's right. They're made mostly of plastic. A cheap novelty gift you can buy from a flower shop or a kiosk. The wind ruffles her hair as she looks at the setting sun.
There's an interesting lilt in your voice.
Thank you. I'm half Ubi. My mother was from Ubi Sunt. Not a lot of sun there, I hear, though I've never been.
The wind ruffles her hair as she looks at the setting sun.
Don't you want to go visit La Delta?
It's enough that my fish goes there. 50 real apiece they ask for spring cod.
Out on the terrace of La Fruit de Fond, a hip business lunch spot in downtown La Delta, glasses clink over a spread of oysters. Someone can't decide what to eat. Someone recommends a ceviche. Someone shields her eyes, trying to see across the bay.
So, who do you think killed the hangman?
Good one. I'm gonna go with the rope.
It's not wrong. Okay, we'll try the conceptualization, but we'll probably fail it.
Say what? Something interesting? Impossible.
Please, this is important.
She turns her head, and the plastic fishhooks rattle in her ears. Nothing shear-worthy takes place in your head. Relax. This was still good.
The sun thing was very pretty. I'm sorry I don't have anything to add.
Thank you. Out there on the other planet, the sea, you start seeing things in a strange light. I'm glad I got to share it. You know, the wind's going to pick up soon, and I have to go, but...
She takes her sword out the scabbard. The blade shines in the gathering dark.
Have this. The sun's good, but it doesn't stick things. I've no use for it anymore.
Are you sure you don't need the sword? I look at it.
No. Men around here are too drunk to pose a threat to me.
Do you think we can do this again sometime?
Doubt it. But thank you for the company.
This is as far as it goes with her. You'd need to put a year between you and your last drink for anything more.
Thank you for coming on this walk with me.
Farewell.
She nods to you and turns to go. Well, that was kind of bittersweet but nice. I liked that. Anyhow, now I've got to figure out how to get back to Martinez. 'Cause we've got to now ruin it by giving drugs to a minor. The Chaos Gods will be angry with me if I don't follow up a very sweet date with giving drugs to Kuno. I'll be back to investigate that church tomorrow. No, I don't think I want to go onto the ice. I think I want to come down the other way. Relax, it's not yours. You didn't crash every MC in Revachol, hopefully. Lol. Right. So, drugs to Kuno. We might be able to fast travel. If I can remember how to do it. Maps. Yes, I think we can. Come on, Kuno, you better still be up. Yes.
Have you come to make your offering to Kuno?
Could I perhaps interest you in some speed? I show him the stuff.
Really? Shit! Let Kuno sample it then, pig!
He almost starts grabbing for it, but then rebounds and runs his hand through his hair.
Fucker! Kuno ain't buying that entrapment shit! taking kilo from the pigs. What? You think Kuno's green shit?
You think Kuno's shit is green?
The little whatever it is behind the fence shrieks.
You need to rethink your tribute to Kuno. Kuno's not taking the cage just because you fucked yourself in the face.
Here's a drink, kid. It's alcohol. It should make us friends.
Stay the fuck away from Kuno. You smell like bum shit. Kuno's not a bum. Kuno doesn't touch that shit.
Why?
What? Do you think Kuno's fucking 80 years old? Trying to bring me bum juice? Make the Kuno paranoid?
You don't like alcohol?
Just because you get high off that shit doesn't mean Kuno has to fuck himself with that fermented piss and shit mix. Trying to get a 12-year-old hooked on the shit shake?
He looks like he can't believe your depravity. Check out this bizarre drug I found. I show him the pyrrolidon.
Oh, not this dreamer shit again. Why do Kuno's bitches always try and bring Kuno that lame sha-la-la-la bang shit? Kuno's not a fucking witch doctor.
It was only once. And you fucking asked me to nick it, Kuno.
No, I didn't. It's fucking Kuno. Say it right, bitch. Say it like it's said. Anyway, Kuno doesn't do that radioactive shit. Makes Kuno's dick fall off. Kuno's got a huge dick.
Let's rip some tar, Kuno. I offer him the cigarettes.
Okay, Porkson. Tar keeps Kuno sharp. Helps Kuno think. Kuno likes that brain boost shit.
Okay, he likes cigarettes. Fair enough.
We're cool now. But don't be pulling this shit on Kuno, or Kuno's gonna have to beat the shit out of you again.
I've more questions about the crime scene.
Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it?
Is that ladder yours?
No, it's not fucking Kuno's. It's ancient. Look at it.
He thinks you're fucking fool, Kuno. He says you climb the ladder up to your magic treehouse.
Get the fuck out of here, pig. Kuno doesn't have a magic treehouse.
What's in the greenhouse over there?
Dunno. Kipta's gardener used to work there.
Hold on, the gardener used to work there?
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. Shit's nothing to Kuno.
Wait, what do you mean by kipped?
Look it up in the library. Kuno's not a fucking dictionary. Fucking small brain. Kuno means the gardener, alright?
The gardener? She's not actually a gardener. Turns out she's a union fixer.
The fuck does this have to do with the Kuno? Kuno doesn't give a shit who she is.
I can't decide if I love you or I hate you, Kuno. It's so fucking irritating.
You were expecting relaying this information to him to be more rewarding, right? Telling him you found out she isn't a gardener. You know what you should do if you want to get rewarded? Drugs. Drugs are more rewarding than work. Or alcohol, if you don't want to do drugs. Alcohol is just as rewarding, but it isn't a drug. This has been going on for quite a while, hasn't it? You've been thinking about drugs and alcohol for a long time now. Juicy drugs. Tasty alcohol. Seems kinda boring now, going back to... What was this about? Some yard? Yards aren't interesting. Only drugs are interesting. Drugs and alcohol. You feel sad now, but what can you do? Life has to go on. With a heavy sigh, you say...
Kuno, there's a stack of Eternite back there. I point to the shack.
That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind. Lazy dinks.
There it is. That strange feeling again. As if there was more than meets the eye about that pile of roofing material.
You can't hide it. I see without vision. My inner eye.
Inner eye? Fuck are you talking about? Ask me a normal question, pig.
Okay, I got a trophy there called Expert Advanced Remote Viewer as well. I've been saying weird shit again, evidently.
They're trying to make you feel stupid, Kuno.
You glance again at the roofing material in front of the shack. Yes.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Okay, we can try and figure him out, but it needs
Kuno
empathy.
doesn't...
Let's just see if we can up my empathy a bit before this conversation. What we got? Can't remember what colour empathy is, but we'll figure it out. Empathy is normally purple. Nope. -1 to empathy. Nothing that raises it. Well, isn't that bloody typical? I'm sure where my preferred jacket's got to, actually. That one, I think. Anyway, do any of these prevent me from being I can't say empathic. Okay, that's -1 to empathy. Let's take the shirt off then. Okay, let's give it a go now. Let's do a quick save because I haven't saved for a while. And let's try. Kuno! Talk to me, my man.
Kuno's dad?
42?
Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
What's going on?
Damn.
He's an ungovernable youth on your crime scene.
Fuck it, I'm curious. Want to know what Kuno's got to say. I mean, he's like the first person we spoke to.
It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S.
Interesting. How?
Kuno S is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, but the other hides behind the fence, afraid for her life, like she's done something very bad. She came up with that psychopathic scheme of screaming for help before. Kuno just wanted to talk to you about his name. Kuno S was the one who wound him up and directed him. Also, Kuno hasn't stopped talking to you, even enjoys it from time to time. When you talk to the other one, it's like talking to a cornered animal. She only hisses and says murder was the case that they gave her. All in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that front. You must win yourself a few minutes with him alone.
I act on it and try to separate them. Hey, Kuno! Psst!
Fuck you whispering about?
He whispers back.
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you whispering about!
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
Okay. What's up with her? She's terrifying. Crazy scary.
Crazy? You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's insane. Dangerous. She's smoked a man. She's done people in. Probably even pigs.
Stop talking to him! Kuno, I'm fucking warning you! You're gonna get us into shit!
She understands what you're trying to do.
Yo, see? Did Kuno not tell you? Kuno told you. Kuno talks to whoever he wants. Talk, pig. Kuno's got it under control.
He hunches down again.
You did it. They're separated. He's even turned his back to her, so she can't read his lips.
What do you mean she smoked someone?
Kuno means she killed someone. That's right. She's a killer. Like, actually a killer.
His little green eyes are fixed on yours.
Really? Isn't she too small to overpower someone?
Are you getting this? You think I'm fucking telling you a joke here? How hard do you think it is to kill a fat ass? Sweet talk him, then knife him. She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has.
Okay, how many cops has she killed then?
Forget Kuno said that. Kuno was just shitting. Kuno was just running his mouth. Kuno's stupid like that.
He feels the eyes on the back of his head and stops.
There's something cold in the air, like water lapping against cold stones, or dripping in a hallway nearby. 3 years ago, there were shoes in the corner. The creature peers at you both from over the fence. There is something searching in her eyes. Fear.
You think she has anything to do with the dead man?
Yeah, she would have liked to fuck him up, but she didn't. Kuno wasn't around, and C was with Kuno. Look, Kuno's gonna put you at ease. We didn't do it.
He speaks the truth, my liege.
You said she's insane?
Yeah, she's psycho. None of that kiddie psycho, cat burning shit. She does the real deal.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Kuno, he watches it sink in. What is the real deal?
Snuff radio shit. Believe me, pig, you don't want to know.
What's that language she uses? Napakimpi Fagari?
Fuck knows. She says it's the song of her people or some shit.
What people?
Crazy people. The fucking Nakis. I don't know.
Some things are too awful to dwell on. The Nakis and Runkaris might be some kind of defense mechanism.
Is she your sister?
Fuck no, she's not me sister. She's just a stray who got in, like a mad dog or some shit.
A stray?
Yeah, she was just there.
He points at the apartment building behind the fence.
What was that, Kuno?
The little one twists her neck looking at the building.
She was in the hallway, dripping wet, by the fucking shoe rack, in the dark.
The hallway there with the janitor's closet?
Yeah, that's the place. She was just balled up near the closet, psycho style.
Why was she dripping wet?
Kuno's got no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the floor too. She was there for 3 days, in the corner, every time Kuno went out.
You said she got in? How?
I don't know. Someone left the door open. Kuno comes home and she's sleeping under the desk, under the pile of clothes, like a dog.
What about your parents?
Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. Doesn't even see her there. Or thinks it's fucking Kuno. Shit's all on Kuno.
Kuno, Kuno S, two of a kind.
Why's she called Kuno S then?
Because she fucking looks like Kuno.
You don't know her name?
No one knows her name. Kuno told you, this shit was psycho killer.
How are you dealing with all of this?
How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's dealing just fine. He doesn't need you fucking with any of it. C doesn't either. Kuno's got this shit under control.
If you need backup, I'm here for you.
Listen. C is Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck with C, you fuck with Kuno. You threaten her. You threaten to take her away.
This is what it all comes down to. He needs you to take him seriously now.
I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her, sneak up on you later, and fuck you up. You understand?
The boy looks you in the eye, black pupils trying to focus.
He may not be able to do it, but he will try. Right now, he believes he will.
I can respect that.
All right. Now we can do business.
He's breathing heavily. That took something out of him.
Business?
Yeah? What do you want? Kuno can hook you up with...
He starts no longer whispering.
Don't hook him up with shit, Kuno.
See? Relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno made him respect the Kuno. You respect the Kuno, you get all kinds of shit. Remember when you tried to get Kuno to hook you up? We can get on that now. If you run a little errand for the Kuno, me and you, Kuno's gonna hook you up with illegal narcotics. And shit, you can even fuck back in Kuno's kingdom. Kuno saw you sniff around that fucking pile of Etonite. It's a secret door, okay? Just pull it off and fuck back in there.
What was that about running an illegal narcotics errand, Kuno?
Kuno gets it from his dad. Kuno and his dad are major suppliers. That's where Kuno gets his lightning on. Problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now junkies clawing at Kuno's door. Streets going mad. Kuno's got to throw his dirty popo man at it.
Okay.
Dirty popo man is you. In there is Kuno's violent dad on steroids. Kuno's dad does steroids and speed. If you can take him, you can have half of the speed.
Who's your dad, Kuno?
Kuno's dad is a fucking monster. He's the most violent man in Revachol. He doesn't give a shit about a single thing. He drinks too.
You know how you'd be best off here? With a gun. I'd be the star of the show if you only had a working gun.
How much material are we talking about?
Like half.
Half of what?
A baggie, but like in this vial.
I've made up my mind, Kuno, and this is what's going to happen.
Okay. Kuno's listening.
Huh. I'm going to go in there, but not for the speed. I'm going after the most violent man in Revachol.
Sure, whatever. If you survive, make sure to bring that shit back to Kuno. Kuno's almost out. You wouldn't like the Kuno when he's out. Just get in the apartment building. Kuno knows you already fucked your way in. Kuno knows everything.
He aggressively points his eyes.
Go to room 12, first floor, and kick down the door. Police violence style. Kuno style. And then it's action time. You're locked in the room with violent fuckheads. That's it. Next time Kuno sees you, you better have his shit. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Okay, this sounds like a fun adventure, but first, what's that secret path?
There are several. Sitting at a desk, Lieutenant Kitsuragi fiddles with a pen, then writes something on the...
Yeah, I remember we talked about that. Okay, is that the secret door?
The pile of Eternite looks stranger now that Kuno told you about his pad.
Okay, the perception check. Why am I looking at this pile of roofing material?
Because, unless Kuno lied, you should just be able to pull the panels aside. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Da 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 da. Okay, guys, you know the drill. Level me up. What are we going to put a point in this time? Come on, Info Shark Bratan. You know you want to do this. Info saying reaction speed. Yeah, I'm pretty slow. And we are about to face the most violent man in Revachol, apparently. There we go. Okay, let's go through the door. An empty tube of Magnaslam magnesium supplement. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Ah, I can get on the roof. Back then we go. We'll investigate that in a minute. A cured pig's head, it looks mummified. A silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder.
Amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. Maybe this Kuno kid knows where to find more.
Ah. Electrochem, I must lick it. I lick it, big style.
You run your tongue across the plate 4 or 5 times. Like a dog. Still, just a very faint, bitter taste. This isn't enough to get a big man anywhere.
Dial. The post says get out of the way or get fucked up. Okay. All that's left is to go onto the roof. Let's see what's up there. Something over there. Oh, finally I can get to these points of interest that I couldn't get to before. Doorway's going to collapse soon. Restoration pillars keep the ruins together. I wonder what those postcards are. It strikes me as the kind of collectibles that will get as like a trophy or something if we find them all, like the photographs in Silent Hill. How I get round to that. Oh, we can go up. Cool. That industrial sound again. Oh, I see him above here. Oh, interesting. curious. So, I think we should go and try and fight the most violent man in Revachol, because there's no way in hell Kim will agree to it. I'm trying to remember how we actually got down now. Across there, wasn't it? Okay, we will have to send Harry to bed at some point. But first, I think it's very important we go and try and find the most violent man in all of Revachol. We should possibly save before we do as well. He said it was ground floor, and that the guy was in room 12. See. Save the game.
You hear someone walking around in...
Okay, that's 10, not 12.
This door has been closed with a padlock.
That's 11. So I'm guessing 12 will be the next one we come to.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electricity. It's addressed to Mr. Uno Doroita. Your heartbeat quickens, palms go sweaty. The siren of amphetamine is singing you her song. No response. The apartment numbers have fallen off the door, leaving the panel with a sticky 1 shaped shadow and a marker drawn 2. Nothing happens. It must be an ambush. Let's get your adrenaline pumping, just in case. You'll need to equip the chain cutters to enter. Snip right through the metal.
That went so well last time. Okay, chain cutters. We just got 2 more of those. Oh, we got a new interact too. We'll try and remember you're there. Let's focus on the task at hand, so I need the chain cutters. Well, there's my sword. We should equip that as well if we're potentially going to be fighting someone.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges,
Okay, good chance.
secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. Snip. The cutter goes through them like dead leaves. The links fall to the ground on the other side of the door. Don't let the quiet fool you. The beast is in there somewhere, ready to rip you to shreds with a broken bottle. You can just go in now.
Continue using my powers for evil? What's in here? Books of critical theory on monstrosities of the capital and such.
A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stack of utility bills. Right next to it, in plain sight, sits a small bottle of amphetamine, conveniently equipped with a straw. Score! It's right there, baby. Today's your lucky day.
I take the speed from the table.
You pocket the bottle as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Don't wait. Celebrate. Blast that shit right here. Take inventory of it once this boring table shit is done. Blast it before you face the beast. Deruita. You're going to need the encouragement.
Kuno de Ruta, the name on the unfinished homework. Glossy erotica covers the walls, wrinkled from moisture. Okay, I guess we need to put the torch on for this. So we want to keep the torch and the sword, I think. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. I guess all that's left is to really go into Kuno's dad's room.
bundle of clothes heaped on the bed, a stained parka, some towels and a duvet, some socks even. In the dark, it looks like a nest.
I slowly reach out my hand.
Something underneath there is breathing. It doesn't give a shit that you're a cop. Stop your hand now, or you're gonna die. It's not too late. No one's going to blame you for backing out. You don't have to do this. Just get out.
I keep extending my hand towards the pile.
Your hand touches a greasy duvet covered in cigarette burns and ketchup stains. You hear a growl. There is something alive underneath it.
I pull off the blanket.
You see a 60-year-old, fat, red-headed man passed out from large amounts of alcohol and God knows what else. The smell of shit rises from his mouth. You don't have to take him down. He's already down.
Hey, talk to me, even alive.
A lump of flesh is sticking out from under the blanket. It seems to be twitching from time to time, like the paw of an animal who's having a bad dream. And look, the other foot is camouflaged by a striped sock bearing the name Maxtor on the sole. 3 toes are poking out of a hole. A groan rises from the man's throat, dry like a death rattle. He's trying to say something in his sleep.
Are you really Kuno's father?
The light from the window is weak, but it seems like he is. His wild, unwashed mane bears a familiar ginger tone. Even the hair on his chest is coppery. There's still plenty to be scared of here, just not what you thought.
I was expecting something scarier.
No response. A pair of half-open bug eyes is staring back at you from the dark, empty and frozen. It's clear that the person behind them is not awake. His half-open eyes give him the look of a dead man. But he is in there, and not enjoying himself.
Fucking Kev.
Do you need help?
The pile of blankets grunts. It's hard to say if there's anything left you could do. A coronary artery bypass graft, take out his liver and replace it with a new one, somehow undo 20 years of neurological damage from stimulants.
I took your amphetamines, old man.
Silence. Only heat emanates from the sleeping body. He wouldn't be too thrilled to learn you stole his stash. It was the last thing keeping him functional.
Okay, perception. We try to figure out what he's trying to say.
The man groans once again, but his tongue keeps failing him. It's impossible to make out the syllables. A hand emerges from the blankets, trying to gesticulate something. And then it dawns upon you, clear and surreal. Pig, he says. He's trying to call you a pig.
What did you just say?
His hand falls back on the bed, limp and defeated. A loud snore escapes his mouth. He's asleep again.
I leave. That was not as scary as I've been led to believe, Kuno. Let's go find him. Oh shit, that's the door to the balcony. It was the steps we needed. Come on, Harry. There's Kuno ass.
Trying to sneak up on...
Okay, we can't speak to Kuno ass. I wondered if we could accuse her of moider, knowing what we know now. So all the way around we go. Let's give more drugs to Kuno. Kim would approve, right?
Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Kuno, I found your shack.
Yeah, did you fuck in there?
What's with the pig's head?
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
Cool pig head, I liked it. I got one too, this one. I point at my own head. It's shit.
What is this shit? Fucking on yourself. This is weird level shit. Kuno doesn't go there.
Fuck your shit back to normal. What is this?
I found a plate covered with powder residue. Do you know anything about it?
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
What's with the tube of magnesia slam, No?
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything?
He looks at you like you just pointed at the sun and asked what it was. It's magnesium, right?
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a bottle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
I know about magnesium. I rock it all the time.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
He looks at you, eyes bulging.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
I took care of the drug situation.
All right, so you got Kuno's kilo. Here is how we do it. First, you give Kuno Kuno's kilo. Then Kuno gives you half back. That's how we split it. It's the best way. Street way.
Aren't you going to ask how I got past your dad?
Word on the street is, you sent your little friend in dressed as a hooker, distracted him. That's some sick shit. Tell your little slanty-eyed friend, respect from the Kuno. Kuno wants to hear all about it, but first we split the kilo, then we shoot the shit.
By kilo you mean gram, right?
Kuno knows what Kuno means.
Alright, fair's fair. I give Kuno the vial.
Wow, that's heavy.
He waves the minuscule bottle around and slips it into his pocket.
There you go. More than half in there. Kuno's fucking honourable like that.
Out comes another similar vial from a sock above his running shoe. Now
tell me, how the fuck are you still alive, pig?
I looked around in there. It's not an easy life you've got going on in that apartment.
The fuck do you know about Kuno's life? Kuno's got plans. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we got plans.
6 meters underground, below piping from before the war, the collapsed remains of the Martinez storm drain system. There are 2 stolen flashlights with piles of batteries next to them, beside 2 bedrolls, in the dark and opening into the lower tunnels.
Kuno, I met your dad.
Yeah, you do some Sambo shit, sneak in. Was the Beano-clad hooker thing real?
Sambo is an acronym for Samoan boxing, graceful martial arts stuff. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool. Just letting you know.
It's exactly what you said. Kim dressed up as a hooker, full drag, and distracted him.
Fuck out of here. Kuno made that shit up to demean you pigs. But is that why your hooker friend isn't here? Too ashamed to face the cunt? Look, Kuno's not judging. Kuno gets it. Tactical approach and shit. Hooker style. Covert ops. Combat trauma shit. Whatever it takes, right?
That room was so small. To be stuck in there with him. Not an easy fight for a kid.
It was dark in there. We sneaked in and got out.
You got lucky. Kuno's dad was out getting more drink. Kuno knew that. That's why he sent you. Kuno cares about his pig. Doesn't want his pig to get hurt.
There was a textbook with your name on it in the apartment.
Yeah, so fucking what?
It says Kuno, not Kuno. Kuno de Ruta.
Fuck are you talking to Kuno about that kiddie shit?
I like it, Kuno de Ruta.
He's trying to fuck you again.
Fuck out of here. Kuno knows it's fucking lame. That's why Kuno changed it. Kuno can change his name into anything. Gonna change my name into...
Don't change your name into that, Kuno.
There were tons of unpaid utility bills in there.
Fuck right there were. Fucking 3 years or some shit.
Let me guess, Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about them.
Yeah, that's right. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about that electricity and light shit. Just wants to pound on people and drink.
That's no place to live. You have to find somewhere else.
That's right. It's a shithole. Kuno's gonna move underground, Leroy shit, ancient shit. Kuno's gonna live in a fucking catacomb.
Yeah, in a tomb, Kuno.
The little one seems overjoyed by the prospect. Okay.
Yeah, pig. This shit is done. Now get the fuck out of Kuno's face. Kuno needs to drop the bomb.
Okay, I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking care. Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno.
Okay. I think we've done what we can with Kuno for now. Oh, I think we got another level. Info, you're up. Bratan. Pick me another skill. The cabinet awaits you. Shivers. You're fond of shivers. It's catching up on inland is the best skill. Anyway, so let's fast travel back to my shack. I think that's about all we've done without Kim now. So we want to fast travel. If we can. No, it's still locked. Let's get a bit close to the whirling and see if it works. Oh, I should probably put my ping back on. There we are. Map. Now we can fast travel. Okay, let's get back to my little shack.
It's getting cold. The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest. Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
Recorded in you. Forever. On ferrotape.
Spinning in eternity.
On and on it goes. For untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising. Rising. Above the dark curvature. The great wingspan of sleep. Studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time. The last time. The smoke in her mouth. The plotted flowers. The faces turning, changing.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy. And you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
The colours, the voices. Okay, the rain, the snow. I don't want to. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. It's stuck on loop. Whirling. Spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister. A ceaseless agent. picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right, I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the working class.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth. There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Why?
'Cause only love can break your heart.
I feel the pillow under my cheek.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go. Do it for the wind.
I open my eyes.
Rise and shine, comrade. It's time to get to work.
What's going on?
Despite all the thinking you've been doing, only 0.0001% of communism has been built. It's too great a task to undertake alone. You're going to have to get organized. Organization hasn't exactly been your strong suit, historically speaking.
I thought the shack was nice and cozy as is.
Your level of personal upkeep is irrelevant. All that matters is your commitment to building the world republic. You must seek out your revolutionary brothers and sisters. Find out how much communism they've built. Then, together, maybe you'll be able to build as much as 0.0002% of communism. But it won't be easy. Decades of persecution by coalition authorities have driven the remaining communists of Martinaise underground. They live underground. These communists aren't men. They're mole people.
Will they help me fire off Mazov's socialist sausage grinder?
Just between us, you may want to lay off this grind up the bourgeoisie stuff. It's a bit off-putting, even to fellow communists.
But I am part of the coalition authorities. Have I been persecuting communists this whole time?
Possibly. If you have been, it's only because you're a double agent acting in furtherance of your long-term objectives. Regardless, what's past is past. You need to look forward to the work of building communism for all.
I don't know if I want to go searching for mole people.
They're not mole people. They're your comrades in the eternal class struggle. It's your task to find and join them.
How am I supposed to find them if they're hiding?
Let your nose guide you, detective.
My nose?
Yes. Fortunately, communists are known to have a very distinct smell. We really have no idea what they're talking about. There's no linkage between ideology and olfaction.
What does communism smell like?
Failure.
There's so much failure in my life already, I don't know if I can take any more.
That's why you're perfect for the job. No one's got a better nose for failure than you, Harry. What you're smelling is your own body odor, of course. Nothing a shower and change of clothes couldn't fix. People sometimes complain there are no real communists left in Martinaise. But you can smell their presence. They're out there, waiting for you to join them.
Okay, guys, what do we reckon? Are we wanting to join communism, or are we going to tell them to sod off like we did with fascism? This feels like a choice for the chat. Oh, Info's pro-communism. Okay, I'm ready. Let's get organised.
First, you'll have to locate the remaining communists in Martinez. When you get near to someone with revolutionary potential, your nose will give you the signal to establish contact. Again, no, it won't. Any olfactory response you perceive will be strictly psychosomatic. You should begin by interrogating those lawless malcontents at the Dock Workers Union. They're an obvious place to start.
Hang on, what will I do once I establish contact with my fellow communists?
You'll discuss the monumental world historical task that lies before you. You'll engage in rigorous and spirited debates about Mazovian theory and practice. But mostly, you'll probably complain about other communists.
Isn't that last part kind of counterproductive?
Not at all. Complaining about other communists is one of the most important parts of being a communist.
I roll up my sleeves. Alright, let's get to it.
Here we go. Wake, brave worker. 'Tis no time for bed. Fight till there's no slaves below, and no masters o'erhead.
Okay, before we speak to Kim as well, I think the other thing to do is there was that book in my inventory that I said I shouldn't forget that I have.
The library card is folded.
Oh, that's the library card, that's not it. It's that
In
one.
your hands, you hold 16 Days of Coldest April by Yekaterina Dar. The cover image shows a row of concrete apartments above which span a black and white rainbow.
Feels heavy.
Indeed, the book is unusually heavy in your hands, as though the cover were lined with lead. It would do that in Grad.
How long is this book anyway?
You flip through the book. The pages are thinner than you realized, and the type quite small and tightly set. It's nearly 600 pages long.
I look at the back cover.
The back cover is dominated by a black and white photograph of the author.
What does she look like?
She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph, and yet, from this cover, the eyes of a sad old woman stare back at you.
I start reading.
In cold, detached prose, the author describes a scene from one of the Yugograd riots in the 20s. Youths overturned motor carriages and set trash cans ablaze, while heavily armored guardsmen dash in and disperse them in a flurry of baton blows. As ethnic tensions run wild, a pair of young lovers meet each other on the street. Somehow, in the middle of all the chaos, they manage to lock arms and look into each other's eyes. It would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure? Fuck it. Do it. It can't be worse than what you've already felt.
I read 10 more pages.
They go through a brief and somewhat awkward love affair. And in the end, they betray each other and succumb to the absurdity of Gradian life. The man becomes a lens grinder, completely abandoning his former existence. He toils through the daily drudgery at the Lenka Polyfabricate. Happiness and fulfillment have eluded him his whole life. And, in the end, he has nothing to do but dedicate himself to the craft. She spends the next several decades standing at a conveyor in a Sosnovo fish processing plant. The smell of fish guts slowly seeps into her hair and skin, as every single one of her dreams dies, one by one. The memory of their short time spent together tortures the former lovers ceaselessly until the end of their days. Years pass in solitude, their bodies growing ever more decrepit.
This is terrible.
As life leaves their remains between the soil sheets, their final thoughts are filled with regret. Good stuff. I fucking loved this.
Okay, I'll put the book away. Let's go get Kim. He said he'd meet me. Oh, there he is. Right, so we've got half an hour until we can do the thing. Go and call in... It's not calling in the murder, it's contacting the library about the death on the pier. So I guess until then, we will just go and have a look at the church, which actually I think I can fast travel to. Might be able to have one little go at the church before we have to head back for that other quest. No, nothing's playing ball. Okay, I'll just walk to it, it's not that far. Oh, don't get stuck on the scenery. Keep going. Church is this thing over there, so let's go in.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
I rattle the doors to see if they open.
Nothing happens, only the sound of the padlock rattling against the door.
I don't think that's going to work.
High above, the wind wraps the church in its rush. Cold and wet from the ocean bay. It parts around the massive keel-shaped roof, like a test tunnel washing both sides, the way it has done for 340 years. The wind keeps its distance. So should you.
What is this feeling?
There is a hole in my heart.
The lieutenant looks at the padlock. He didn't hear you asking. You were quiet enough.
I inspect the carpentry.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold.
I run my hand over the beam.
The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch.
I take a closer look at that padlock.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker.
I look at the sticker.
You see a yellow circle with two X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead.
Have you seen this before? I point to it.
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No.
What's it look like to you?
Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
Okay, what is junior delinquency?
For Revachol ZOC, the moral intern defined junior delinquents as minors between the ages of 10 and 16 who have committed an act in violation of the law. These acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called delinquent acts. This was part of your officer's exams.
He put the handkerchief in his coat pocket. What is suggestive of junior delinquency here?
I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
I inspect... Oops, too far. I inspect the staple.
The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off.
This is where Mr. Prybar comes in handy.
Maybe we should circle the building first and look for another way. The building has seen enough mistreatment.
There is a touch of guilt in his voice.
Should we start with that kick drum coming... Should we start with that kick drum coming from the ice? I heard a sound before.
Yes, the pulsing bass. A sure sign of junior delinquency, somewhere east of here.
I tried to peel the sticker off without ripping it.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
I put the sticker on my ledger, right on the cover.
Voila. Looks very modern.
Okay, we need the tool for doing that. I like Kim's suggestion of circling around the place first. See if there's anything we've missed around. Doesn't seem to be. Nothing up there. Okay, we got at least one thing here. Let's look around before we talk to the person. More tribalistic markings. This poster's covered in little humanoids. A pole screwed into the ice keeps the tent erect. Trash for some unending party.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on! Get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader. Or at least he thinks he is.
I squeeze in.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
He gestures for you to squeeze in. Oh wow, what we got here? It smells like sweat and laundry detergent, plus a trace of ether. A pile of nasal sprays, brand name Nosifed Ultra. Which one of them should we talk to first?
You see
Then first.
a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I shake his hand.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
An egghead. Egg!
He yells. The tape player high over his head continues to blast strange music.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Wait, how many music venues have you organised?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
There's no need. The place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
Enough histrionics. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church. And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads! Burnouts!
He angrily spits on a screw and then starts cleaning it.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that! The world!
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are.
I won't stand for narcomaniacs of any kind. No narcomaniacs on my watch. I shake my head.
Yes. And the worst part is, they're also spooky.
What exactly do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll look into it. Tell me more.
All right, man.
He claps his hands enthusiastically.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Did you put the padlock on the door?
Yes. I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
I need the key.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
The speed freak dips into his belt pack and produces a yellow key. He makes a sudden, cool, infused move, tossing it in your general direction. I attempt a reaction speed roll, being the cool cop, to catch the key as it flies towards me.
It's as if time has frozen somehow. You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Yeah, this is going to be way cool.
Don't ruin the cool by overdoing it. Raise your hand in front of the face with minimum effort.
Blam! Straight in the eye. Straight in the old eye ball. In the looking ball. Man up. It's nothing. Pick the goddamn key up. Put it in your pocket and move on.
Ouch, got him, asshole. What's wrong with you? Can't you see I'm in pain now? No. Let's be calm, I think. With my hand on my eye, I pick up the keys. I'm getting too old for this. Where were we?
My bad.
He looks like he's genuinely sorry he didn't throw them better.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
Let's speak to the other ones. The canister's filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Walshy tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret.
Hardcore!
Is it?
It's hardcore!
You're just going to keep saying hardcore, aren't you?
Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am the rearranger.
Your cop training did not prepare you for this. What to do? Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
Let's try again then.
This is hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Internally coherent.
Just keep saying nothing.
All car! All right! Yeah!
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
So hardcore!
Is it though?
He stops dead in his tracks, tilting his head to the side. It is!
But is it? I mean, really?
He tilts his head to the other side like an owl.
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
I was thinking about it too.
I am the mic enforcer. I am the chicks checker. Yeah!
Okay, interesting. The speaker, the big kind they use for live music.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good.
Skin shows through holes in the speed freak's top too large sweater. In front of him, an open toolbox full of carpentry tools and parts.
It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
He runs a hand through his hair, which is combed back in mock seriousness, and continues to fiddle with some gears. Sign?
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align. I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
He continues to rearrange his tools. I saw a sticker on the padlock. Can you tell me anything about it?
A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
I mean this one. I show the sticker on my ledger.
Oh, wow. Right on your cop ledger. You like it?
Yeah, it's cool.
It is cool, but it's also more than that. Much more.
What's it meant to be?
The dead guy smiling.
And what does it mean? Why is the dead guy smiling?
He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths. The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
Or drugged out of his mind, come to think of it.
I'm thinking that maybe the smiling dead guy is a symbol for communism. It's dead, but it also doesn't care.
Yeah, that interpretation holds.
But what's it supposed to be? I know we've asked that.
I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
What about now? Are the signs alright now?
Nah. Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment.
What?
You heard me.
Why are you called Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
He picks up some kind of widget.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes. Further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Okay. Maybe I'll come back later. Okay, so we are nearing the end of this session. I think we'll just maybe try talking to this person over here. And then we'll go back and call in the crime so I don't forget.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
She must be Estelle, the last of the speed freaks, posse. It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
You must be Axel.
That's my name. I take it you have met the others. Did they tell you about the church and the club thing?
Church? What church? Oh no, let's go with they did. They did.
Will you help us?
I'll help you, alright?
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
Maybe she didn't hear you. A little louder.
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
You don't have to do anything.
I don't have to do anything. I'm the law. You have to do what the law says.
Real cool.
She looks down at her device, mumbling under her breath.
Way to abuse that power, man, she says, thinking you can't hear her. She bats away your questions like flies. She's not intimidated by mere police officers.
And the law says you have to wear a hat in this weather.
What kind of law says that?
The law of seasons. You'll get sick if you don't.
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
Your pulse rises. What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
Is that kind of language really necessary?
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
I'd like to know more about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
Just answer the questions, please.
Sorry. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
What about you? Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
High above and to the east, the cold winds blow over the feathers of an early songbird. She lands on the stone ledge of a tall building, her beak a silvery grey.
Okay, maybe I'll ask later about this.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
What's the device you have there?
This? It's a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
How's that thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
And where'd you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Elysium.
What's the Elysium?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Elysium? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Sounds interesting. Who's this Arno guy?
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Elysium going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
It means I'm hit beyond my ears.
That's cool.
You're right, time has deserted me.
Sucks, man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps?
Actually, I had some non-mic questions for you.
Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
And what is your recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
She scratches her forehead. Wait, what happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Everything checks out, sire.
And what are these recordings for? The cracks? The footsteps?
The musicians in the Elysium used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
I just nod.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and looks around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish. Very useless all of a sudden. She is on some kind of stimulant. Amphetamine or methadone. And its effects are wearing off fast. She will begin to experience more and more valleys now. And fewer peaks.
Take this, you're cold.
The lieutenant begins to take off his jacket.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
I give her my hat. Here, you do need this more than I do.
Thanks.
I lost my hat. Oh well. You say it's supposed to be a music place. Did you mean the one that... Did you mean the one Andrew got planned, the church?
Yeah, the boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not going to be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys, inside the tent.
You said it's supposed to be a music place. Did you? No, we said that. Other
Go
questions?
ahead.
Tell me more about this music place you've been planning in the church.
It's supposed to become, like, a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah.
She looks up at the old wooden church. As a mean wind comes bellowing in, the 6-story structure lets out a doleful shriek.
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking, like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, there is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice. There will never be a club for anodic music here, not in a million years.
Go ahead.
You seem surprisingly comfortable with being questioned. Why's that?
Well, it's just questioning, right? You're just questioning me. It's what cops do.
Have you been questioned before?
Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revachol experience they get east of the river.
What's east of the river?
Rich people. Rich people are east of the river.
Let me get... what have we got? Strange, the existence of rich people does not stir any emotion in me.
Bet they like it that way.
She mutters quietly under her breath.
You keep them rich.
So what trouble have you gotten into with the police?
The usual. I had a shitty run as a teenager.
What's the usual?
You know, drinking, getting into fights. The ugly stuff that happens when you move out your parents' place at 13. In Forberg.
Wait, what is in Forberg?
Is this a rhetorical question?
No, I literally can't remember even the most basic terms sometimes.
Forberg, not in Forberg, is a massive banlieue south of Jamrock Quarter. It is the largest ghetto in Revachol, possibly the world.
I know what Jamrock is, but let's say I didn't.
We are Jamrock, sort of. Martinez is called North Jamrock sometimes. Jamrock is also a ghetto, only smaller than Forberg.
I turned to the girl, and why did you have to move here when you were young?
My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess, I just wanted to drink too, you know. Get my party on.
Drinking, partying, and disco music are very bad for you. You should take me as a warning example.
She nods very cautiously.
Okay, we'll give her a go. Empathy. The tape recorder lies on the ice like a discarded toy. I pick it up.
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover. Underneath, you see a reel of tape rolling. You put the device back on the ice.
Okay, bye.
That's it for now. Painted with pastels, someone's trying to bring cheer into the world. Okay, let's try and back up to where I can fast travel from.
Winter, slow to let go of Revachol. Flecks some more wet snow from above.
I look around me.
The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring.
How does it feel?
You're warm in your coat, though your cold, damp hair sticks to your head, unpleasantly. You should have a hat. You survey the landscape around you.
What's in the west?
More winding coastlines lined with abandoned buildings. Crumbling piers, salt water lapping at their dark piles. Grey and red forgotten city blocks. What remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast.
And beyond that?
The waters turn black. Coal City in the shadow of San Martin, a boom town. Back when coal extracted from countless shafts near the city was needed to power Revachol. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor and hydropower from the Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. Their hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet.
What is there?
Below the old mines, l'Océan Municipal, Revachol's underground cemetery. Le Petit Rat braved the underground passageways, trying to get to Le Royaume.
Le Royaume?
Where the Philippian kings were interred, with their doctors and their admirals. Mausoleums, burial chambers, leaf gold still remains on the double door of the morning.
That's where Kuno said he's going to go.
Yes, to peel the gold off with his fingernails.
Le Petit Rat?
Children under 14, they go underground looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums, and for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper.
Deeper.
After rubies, melchiorite, lapis lazuli, plundered from Safre and Seol during the time of the suzerain. In the burial chambers of the kings, Grand Old Philip, Guillaume II, and even in the mausoleum of Philip the Opulent. 2 kilometers underground, in a winding shaft along whose walls mirrors have been placed, so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure magenta cocaine, favored by Revacholian royalty. Did someone say untold quantities of cocaine? Drop everything immediately and go looking for this hoard.
Keep doing that.
Few Petit Rat return from the shafts. Even fewer find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of the black tunnel with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces and on the weather-worn shacks where fathers beat their sons after drinking. The snow melts on your fingers, turning to water.
What's in the east?
The canal you crossed to get here and beyond it. Martinez proper, the district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism. Someone is scraping snow off their windshield at the roundabout, in the midst of which a statue of Philip III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds.
That's all?
Like all monuments, it's also a warning. 6-story ruins on the south side of the roundabout cast a long shadow over the profligate king.
And further?
A fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate. Bright light from a building behind the fence reflects off its hood.
What's in the north?
The abandoned church, one of 2 remaining stave churches, which were collectively called Les Sept Sœurs. The other 6 sisters were destroyed during the Revolution.
And further north?
A serpentine strip of land weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run from the law, from themselves, sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul.
And on the islets?
The remains of a camp on a jagged piece of rock, a tent, old dishes and cutlery, long since abandoned. A hermit crab scuttles among the debris, looking for a new shell. Further out, the lights burn bright on Resurrection, way beyond Martinez, a popular spa destination for ample-bodied Ozon kids with equally ample pockets.
And on the other side of the inlet?
Then there's Ozon, but the snow falls too thick. You cannot see that far.
before that, before the curtains are drawn?
The Bay of Revachol. Vastness, great depth. Over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air brinier than hair. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos. Wild pines. Zam. Morian. And at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of the Coalition warship, Archer, on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against the market. You shudder.
What's in the south?
The raised motorway, 881, separating Martinez from Jamrock. Vehicles whoosh past one another day and night, while those who reside in the labyrinthine alleyways beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And south of the 881 is the Pox.
The Pox?
Was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many children. Most everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since. The Pox is completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves roaming in packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off.
But
Heavy
still,
drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace.
further south?
A line of motor garages with armored carapaces hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Capri 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill. It serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance.
Wonder if Vic's found his heterosexual life partner yet.
The man in the fishnet wife-beater looks over at Chester McLean.
Damn, I don't know. Even a real Brotherbound like that can't survive everything.
Around you, the snow continues to fall. To the west, the ocean swells.
No, it was home. I want more.
The stairs descend to central Jamrock. A man named Cooklove has a snow-covered stall there, in the market across the bridge. He sells kebab infested with fly larvae to your colleagues who believe eating it will make them immune to food poisoning. Snow falls on the utility district, the library, the florist, the Sarah Mauritian restaurant that offers homemade wine, and also on the brothels and drug dens, and the chop shops of the Zemlyaki. All of this built around a lake that formed in a meteorite strike. At the center of this lake, there is a little ship. There are lights at the bottom of its hull. They are lights directed toward the seafloor, looking for something, like whiskers.
For what?
A chill comes over you, crawling down your back. The sand under your feet is wet. Somewhere in the south, tarpaulin flap in the wind.
What's above?
More Coalition aerostatics. Occasionally, lights flash as they maneuver through the falling snow. One large airship carries crates in its belly.
What's below me?
Layer upon layer of sand, poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainage, hidden bunkers. Rats scuttle.
Tell me a secret of the sands, Wind.
Someone stuffed a big old polar anorak into a concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You would probably never happen across it. But who knows?
Stomp your feet for warmth, brushing off the snow.
We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up?
Okay, so I was just trying to get back to my car when Shivers interrupted me. Wrong button. Let's try that again. Map. Can we fast... No, we can't fast travel from here. But we'd be able to outside the church. It's so finicky, the travelling in this. Nope, still no. Let's try about here. Ah, now we can. Right, to the car. So we needed to call the library.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Connect me to the Jamrock Public Library.
I'm afraid they're closed. It says here...
10 a.m.
Anything
Got
else,
like
detective?
3 minutes.
57.
In the cabin, you see a set.
Okay. Let's speak to those two nice gentlemen that appear to be trying to steal my wheels.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
Says the young man with redacted written upon his back.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
His companion wears a simple yet elegant slogan, "Fuck the world."
A snazzy, shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Who are the skulls?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
I'm so glad you asked.
The question was rhetorical. The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertnay.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Non-verbal?
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around the brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
Do you know anything about the murder that took place here? I point to the yard.
Murder?
A man was hanged at the back of the Whirling-In-Rags.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged.
Anything else?
He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
What does that mean?
Fucking philosophy, man. You can do aggressive shit with philosophy. Justify shit.
Do you guys know Cindy the Skull?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
The young man's eyes glaze over, his voice filled with longing.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
He adds, returning from whatever void he was just visiting.
The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
I see you kids are into modern dance music.
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
Be wary of the abyss.
His blonde friend adds ominously and points to his temple. Why?
Probably because of how non-verbal their mode of operation is going to be. It's a threat.
A threat? Oh good, I like those.
But I don't. In fact, I dislike them so much I'm willing to drag you boys back to the station just to calm myself down.
Hey, there's no need for that. We're just talking here. Joking too. Stay light, man.
Yeah. Didn't you cops, have some questions about skulls or some shit?
Why aren't there more skulls in Martinez?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Apart from the unions themselves, of course.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
Your rhetoric is confusing. Are you part of the Skulls or not?
We're not franchise Skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
And what makes you think the organization would accept you?
Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
But in a non-threatening and definitely legal way.
The other one quickly adds and whispers something to his friend.
We'll fuck the system from the inside later. Just be cool now. The damage will be tenfold.
Right on, fuck. So what's happening now?
Enough about this scullery then. What's with the jackets?
What about them?
Why does your jacket have redacted written on it?
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
Makes sense.
What I mean by this is, we are all piss and that the world is inherently meaningless.
I turned to the dark-haired youth. Why'd you have "fuck the world" written on your jacket?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it. To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though...
Blow it up?
You get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
Hey, Kim.
Yes?
Do you think it's a coincidence?
What is?
There are 2 of us and 2 of these jackets.
What are you implying?
Which one would you wear?
I'm not sure I understand you, detective.
Are you a redacted or a fuck the world kind of guy?
Neither.
Come on, Kim, it's a mental exercise.
Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the 2 statements.
That works. I feel like more a fuck the world kind of guy.
Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
So are we done here? Or... you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
That's a red check. Okay, let's risk it. I asked for jackets for myself and the lieutenant.
No, no, no. Don't ask anything. Be subtle and scary. The boys dream about being skulls. Use that.
Wait, how?
Suggest they're massive skulls. Come on.
Boys, with those jackets, you're going to be Skull Kings in no time.
What? No. Skulls don't have kings. I think. And we're not even in yet.
Yeah, man, keep your voice down. Skulls don't take it lightly when folks pretend to be them. We're not even prospects yet.
Not even prospects and already aspiring to be kings?
Wow, you boys are ambitious. Only prospects and already planning a coup in the Skulls. You're destined to go far.
He gets it. Passive-aggressive flattery.
Shut the fuck up. Are you trying to get us killed?
Now bring it to the jackets and, yes, start shouting.
Yes, we want to be cool killer skulls like... Yes, we want to be a cool killer skulls too, like you guys, but we don't have skull jackets.
Please be quiet. What? What do you want? The jackets?
You got it. No need for cruelty.
You offer your jackets like that? It'd be impolite to refuse. I reach out my hand.
Oh, man. Okay, I get it. Skulls don't really wear slogans anyway. This was stupid.
Fuck.
The lieutenant watches the boys take their jackets off with mild amusement.
Since you said you were more a redacted kind of guy, I'll take the other one.
I'm absolutely okay with not having either one, thank you.
Oh, why not? They're a pair. We could really raise hell, go undercover hard. Or do you want to... let's try the other one. But don't you want to express your individuality?
I already am expressing my individuality.
I'm not. I don't have a jacket anymore.
Good. I wanted you not to express yours.
Cold-hearted cop.
Still, it's good to know we have a pair in case the need arises.
The need will not arise.
I don't know, Eric. It's cold out.
The dark-haired young man just stands there defeated. The wind blows.
Yeah, let's get out of here. The cops fucked us.
Kim, I'm going to try my best to get you into that jacket.
Yes?
Right. Let's just quickly... what I've been trying to do, talk to the library, and then
Inside,
we'll log off.
You see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may
Library.
I... Hold on. Okay. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call.
I'm looking for any information you can provide on a Billy Majon, a reader.
Billy Majon, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
He puts down the receiver.
On Moreau Drive in central Jamrock, in a darkened hall lit by orange desk lamps, far away from the noise outside, a middle-aged man taps commands into an old radio computer. A printout falls on the desk. Behind him, a lonely reader scours some dusty bookshelves, looking for a paperback.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
Yes, the home address is fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
Do you have any other information on Billy Majon?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
Do you know someone who was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
You hear someone answer from afar.
Maurice, what? A woman yells. Then, yes, okay, if it was the police, she starts explaining something.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
So Billy Majon is a woman, not a man. How did your colleague know it was her husband?
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
And then goes for a little drink later, on the lookout.
Do you know the husband's name?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Can Marie describe to me what the husband looked like?
Marie! She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What was he wearing?
1 second.
The librarian turns away from the phone again and relays the question.
Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
Thank you. That's all from me. I have no other questions.
Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me?
Nope, that's everything.
57, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook.
Okay, so we are where we are next time. We'll go and visit that apartment next time, because I think we've done enough for one day, so I'm just going to save the game so I don't forget. But that's everything for today. So again, thanks for bearing with me. I'm Kim, or Adverse Camber 42. My main stream is live Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 PM GMT or Saturdays at 5 PM GMT, where I'm currently playing Yakuza 4 Remastered on PlayStation 4. This is my game on the side, just as and when I have a couple of free hours. If you follow the Adverse Camber 42 Twitter or Blue Sky accounts, I'll always give you the heads up when I'm going to pop on and play in case you want to join me, level my character, offer advice and so forth. I also have an Adverse Camber 42 YouTube channel where old episodes are put up usually within a day of airing here, in case you want to catch up on the plot of Disco Elysium so far, or any of the previous games I've played. My tastes are varied and there's quite a lot on there now, including Cyberpunk 2077, both versions of Silent Hill 2, Danganronpa 1 and 2, Lies of P, House of Ashes, Bugsnax, Goodbye Volcano High, Another Crab's Treasure. Do check them out if you're interested. I'm also one half of Things Are Getting Strange in X-Files Rewatch Podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes go up on a Thursday at 8 PM GMT. We're reviewing the X-Files 2 episodes at a time. We're currently on Season 9, and this Thursday's episode will cover Lord of the Flies and Trust No One. So do check that out if you're interested, and if you can afford to do so, please also support our Patreon. Helps keep the lights on and gives you access to things you can't get anywhere else, including a full Let's Play of the 1998 X-Files FMV game for PlayStation. Anyhow, that's all for tonight. Again, thanks for bearing with me. If I don't see you before for some more Disco Elysium, I will be back Monday, 8 PM GMT, for the next part of Yakuza 4. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend.